When my daughter was murdered in Parkland, Joe Biden called to share in our family's grief. I quickly learned about his decency and his civility, but I also learned about his toughness and how he's beaten the NRA. Together with the other victims of gun violence and our nation's youth, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will take on the NRA again and win.
That was Fred Guttenberg. He lost his 14-year-old daughter, Jamie, in the Parkland school massacre in 2018. He participated in last night's virtual roll call vote in support of Joe Biden's nomination. Guttenberg is the founder of Orange Ribbons for Gun Safety. He's also the author of the new book, Find the Helpers, What 9/11 and Parkland Taught Me About Recovery, Purpose, and Hope. And Fred Guttenberg joins us now. Fred, great to see you, as always.
You too, Allison. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Tell us what last night was like for you.
You know, emotional. I've spoken to you about this before. I'm on this journey, mission, to achieve something with regards to gun safety that I'm incapable of stopping love until we get there. And I feel like we're close. I feel like we finally have the chance to elect a president and a Senate that understands the value of the lives of those we love matter more than the money they receive from a gun industry, and who are committed to doing more. So parents like me don't have to worry every second when we wake up and send our children to school. And last night, to put it on the national stage was a big deal.
Fred, tell us about how it came to pass that you developed this relationship with former Vice President Joe Biden. I mean, I understand that he called you after Jamie was killed. And so tell us about that.
He did, probably 10 days later. And then I had a chance to meet with him a few weeks after that when he was down in Florida doing a fundraiser for Bill Biden's foundation. At the time, he was not a candidate for anything. And he spoke to me, Allison, about getting through grief. He shared things with me from his experience that honestly, he's the only person who ever did. And had he not done share those things, I don't know that I would have gotten through this the same way. As an example, talking to me about what to expect within my family, talking to me about how no two people go through grief in exactly the same way and being prepared for that. Talking to me about opening myself up for the moment when the pictures and videos that make us cry now will bring a smile to our face. And talking to me about mission and purpose. He gave me the template that I needed. And he honestly, the skills and the just the awareness to go forward. No one else spoke to me about some of the things that he did, and he was right.
Oh my gosh, Fred, that is really remarkable. What a remarkable testimonial. I mean, you say that his advice changed you. And did it change your path? Were you already on this path? Or did that conversation change something?
You know, when he and I spoke, I was on this path. I was like a whirlwind. You remember those first 10 days. And I had made a decision that I am going to fight for change. I didn't really know what it meant. I was still in a very emotional place. I was still very much in this place where I needed to be there for my family. And he used a phrase with me over and over that kind of became my personal rallying call, which was mission and purpose. He said for him, that's how he always got through grief, was putting himself into mission and purpose. And it did change me. It did. His conversation with me caused me to just really keep myself very focused on mission and purpose, while knowing that I was going to be the only one in my family doing that. And that's why the other part of what he said to me was so important, because it kept me grounded in a way of watching also what was happening to my family, which was choosing a different way to go through this, and making sure that we were always there for each other and supporting one another. He did change me. He gave me the tools. I know this sounds maybe overly dramatic, but it's true. He gave me the tools that I needed to move forward from that time.
Fred, we only have about 30 seconds left. Tell us about the book, Find the Helpers. What do you write about?
Well, you know what? I mean, this conversation is an example. It's the helpers who stepped into my life and carried me and brought me forward. I tell the story of what happened to my family with my brother and my daughter, but I highlight the people, including people like you in the media, who stepped into my life, who carried me forward by doing helpful things that I just never expected. And it is the help and support of others that brought me to this place. And I hope anyone who reads this book will now think in terms of who their helpers are and who they maybe can be a helper to. This country's going through a tough time right now, and we need each other.
The book comes out on September 15th. It's called Find the Helpers. And Fred, you're an inspiration to us as well. So
Thank you so much.
I always appreciate talking to you. Thanks so much for being with us on New Day. We'll speak again soon.
Have a great day, Allison. Thank
You too.
you.